Hello everyone, this is Michal Marav here, and in today's video we're going to work a little bit on the technique of a cross turn. Now, turning, spinning, pivoting are wonderful ways to incorporate more motion units into your practice. What do I mean by that? When we're spinning and when we're turning, we're getting out of balance a little bit, because this is the way you can turn. And also when you're just pivoting and changing directions, you're also taking your body out of the balanced position that it was a second ago. The moment you're doing that, you're incorporating more muscles, all the small muscles that are responsible for stability in your feet, in your legs, in your spine, around your core muscle. Everything is getting engaged and more muscles are being involved in the movement, which makes them more powerful. We're strengthening our muscles, and B, we're preventing injuries and we're preventing falls because we're working on those muscles, so they're getting the practice they need to prevent a fall, or if for God's sake we'll get dizzy a little bit, and it will allow us to regain our balance. Now, when we're kids, we're spinning a lot. I don't know about you, but me as a child, I used to put music on and turn and turn and spin around my parents' living room, and until I fell to the floor, laughed, and got up and did the same thing again and again and again and again. And the older we get, the less we're doing it. We're hesitating about spinning and turning because we're afraid of being dizzy, we're afraid of losing control and falling. And the only way to practice it is by spinning every once in a while. This letting go a little bit and learning how to regain your stability, your balance, is a very important skill to life, and something that will prevent injuries later on as we get older with our daily practice, and with our daily activities. So it's very important to spin and turn. With that being said, let's work on the technique. We're making sure that our base leg, the leg that we're going to spin on, is slightly bent. This will prevent overstretching our hamstrings, because if we'll keep it straight, it will be harder and we're jamming into the hamstrings and into our ankles, and we don't need it. So make sure that the leg you're spinning on is slightly bent. And if not slightly bent because it's a little bit too difficult, just make sure you're not locking it, okay? Always leave some freedom in the knee. Now, we're taking one leg in front of the other in a cross, and we're putting the foot as far away as we possibly can. The moment you're doing it, you're already feeling the twist in your hips. Now, the further you'll put your foot there, of course, it depends on your range of movement, so make sure you're still stable when you're doing it, the easier the spin will be. So if I'm putting it here, I need to incorporate more energy in order to turn, but if I'm putting my foot further back, I'm already half turned, so finishing the cross turn is very easy. So again, let's do it with one foot, and then we'll do it with the other. So we're taking again the leg in front of the other leg, making sure the base is, the knee in the base leg is slightly bent, that we're keeping the freedom in the knee. And we're turning, and let's do it to the other side. We're taking one foot, putting it in the back, and we turn. And all the rest is just practice. Do it as frequently as you can. Incorporate into your dancing and into your daily practice, and with time you'll see that it's getting easier and easier and easier, and you're feeling more comfortable spinning on all kinds of surfaces. Now, one tip that I want to give you also here is try to focus on one spot when you're stepping out of the direction, meaning look at something that doesn't move. So when you're actually practicing with me in a second, try not to look at me while I'll spin, because this will take you out of balance, but find a spot somewhere in the horizon that is stable and doesn't move. It can be on the floor, it can be somewhere in front of you, it can be on the ceiling or further down the line, wherever it is that you're feeling. When you can get a focal point, it makes the spinning easier. And when we're talking about stylization, try to stay more or less in the same spot. It's okay if you move like 2 inches to one side, 5 centimeters to the other, but try to stay more or less in the same environment. We're going to turn twice on every 8 counts. Every 4 counts we're going to spin. So we're doing on the 1, on the 2, 3, 4, we're going to regain ourselves and use our arms as balance. So let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, other side, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this gets a bit much, you can always stop and come back to it later on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't forget your focal point. We'll make it a little bit easier when you're spinning. Woo! Great job, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please take your time to follow, heart, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I always love hearing from you guys. I'll see you next time. Take care. And remember, life is too short, so enjoy it. Bye.